I don't like to seem like I'm bragging, but I'm gonna ask you a question. Who owns Marilyn Monroe?
Who owns who?
Marilyn Monroe.
Playboy?
Who owns Elvis Presley? Who owns Forever 21? Who owns JCPenney? Me.
The Diesel.
Yeah, I own my real.
Hey, stand up for that, y'all. Stop playing. Stop playing.
Talk heavy. Talk heavy.
My real.
Talk to him. Talk to him.
So my real business is I own 50 brands. So when I was retiring, I'm looking around, I'm like, how does Michael Jackson and all these guys live forever? So one of the chapters in the book, joint ventureship. So I called the 3 companies that help people live forever, and they brought my band for a lot of money. So I took half that money, put it back in the company, now I'm the number 2 guy in the company. Instead of taking all that money and just saying, okay, you control 50% of my brand. Nope, I'm gonna put it back in, just in case, because you always gotta keep an eye on them, right? They could have bought my brand and made me go away, but I'm like, nope. Put money back in the company. Now I own all those other brands. So if Shaq goes away, shit, we still got Elvis.
Shout out to Earn Your Leisure. Shout out to Troy. Shout out to Rashad. Thank y'all for coming on the podcast, man. Black men out here doing what they need to do. Shout out to the Diesel, man. Met him when I was in Orlando in 2010. Walked in the barbershop that he owns, by the way, 3-in-1. Shout out to Pat, my barber down in Orlando. I ain't seen you in a long time, dog. But as soon as I walked in, man, I seen everybody just looking at me because they knew I was coaching. They knew I was coaching at Montverde at the time, so I would always be in there talking. And it just seemed like a different energy when I walked in the barbershop. And as soon as I walk in, I was half-ass paying attention. I just hear this voice, "You old Jameer Nelson-looking motherfucker." And then everybody started laughing. I'm like, who the fuck is he talking to? Oh, that's Shaq. This nigga looking at me, pointing and laughing like, oh, you talking about me. Now, you know, this is when Jameer Nelson's playing for the Magic and all that. Anybody that's met Shaq, you know that's the first thing he does. Like, he calls you out like that, compares you to somebody. So, you know, but how does he own all this shit? Is he lying? Is he capping? I know that's what you young motherfuckers think Shaq's always doing. He's not. He's not. And I'm going to completely break down how he owns the likeness of these iconic figures and how that might be one of the best investments of his career. And this is a man that invested in Google. I got that video. Y'all go watch that. But before I completely break down this about Shaq, I want you to click like. I want you to hit share. I want you to comment. I want you to follow. I want you to subscribe. I want you to watch this entire video because watch time helps it big time get pushed all throughout the Instagram and YouTube stratospheres, so make sure you watch the entire thing.
My ducks, my swans, welcome to the pod.
My name is Dorian from Group82University.com, and right here we got Shaquille O'Neal, my favorite center of all time, talking about how he owns Elvis, he owns Marilyn Monroe, he owns JCPenney. How? How does Shaquille own this? What have I been talking to y'all about for years? Build a brand. That's the most important thing you can do. Yeah, I could have just put out music. Yeah, I could have just been a YouTube dude. Yeah, I could have just been a consultant behind the scenes at businesses. Yeah, I could have still been a basketball coach. But you know what? That means I got to exchange my time and my body for money. I don't want to do that. I want to make money when I'm asleep. And the way you do that is if you build a brand. And the bigger your brand gets, the more people want to get involved. And brands go through ups and downs. They go through peaks and valleys. In the early 2000s, there probably wasn't a bigger superstar in the world than Shaquille O'Neal. And now Shaq is still big, but he ain't as big as he once was. But because he built a brand, he diversified himself. He made himself extremely valuable. And there are companies out there that will buy these brands because they want to profit off of it. They want to profit off your likeness. And the company that Shaq is talking about is called Authentic Brands Group. And what they did is they came to Shaq towards the end of his career. It was like, hey, we want to buy the brand of Shaquille O'Neal. We want to buy the likeness of Shaquille O'Neal to use for whatever. Somebody wants to use Shaq in a video game, you got to get in touch with Authentic Brands Group. Somebody want to use Shaquille O'Neal's name. Let's say you're starting a Shaq company where you build backyard Shacks. You got to contact Authentic Brands Group. Shaq was like, all right, cool, I'm going to sell y'all that. They got the bag. Shaq didn't disclose it, how much he got. Instead of taking all that money and running with it and be like, shit, I'm gonna just continue to get my royalty checks as they license out my brand, which a lot of people do. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Shaq being an entrepreneur, if you really study his history, go watch them Shaq videos I got. He said, I'm gonna put 50% of the money back into it. Because he put 50% of the money back into it, now he's the number 2 guy at Authentic Brands Group. And Authentic Brands Group, they own the likeness to Elvis Presley. They own the likeness to Marilyn Monroe. They own the likeness to Sports Illustrated, Muhammad Ali, Forever 21, these massive companies, JCPenney that we all know, and who knows what's gonna happen to them down the line. Authentic Brands Group just filed for their IPO in July 2021. Last year, they made over $500 million from the brands that they own, and this was during a pandemic. With all the things we have going on with virtual reality, with augmented reality, with NFTs, with crypto, with this entire world that we're going, and we're gonna be living on Ethereum at one time, who knows what this stuff's gonna be worth? So the fact that Shaq was able to invest in this super early shows the power and the value that he has. You need to be using your fame, your marketability, your skills, whatever it is that you have to get equity in things that's going to make you forever money. Y'all hear me talk about forever money all the time. This is absolutely great forever money because Sports Illustrated might be a crap magazine now, but who's to say that Sports Illustrated doesn't turn into a great video game franchise? And for those y'all like, that would never happen. I can tell you this, 2K wasn't shit in year 2000. That's why 2K is called 2K. Because it started Y2K. It was the year 2000. NBA 2K, NFL 2K. I can tell you, it wasn't like we thought it was going to be. There was no way they was going to catch up with EA Sports. Now, where the fuck is EA Sports? Probably about to get bought by Authentic Brands Group. You never know what's going to happen with this stuff. When you build a brand and it resonates with a certain demographic, a certain generation, a certain age group, who knows how they're going to spend money on it? There's a lot of music that was popping in the 90s that died down in the 2000s that a lot of record labels thought were dead. But because of streaming, these artists and this music is starting to come back. Look at what Versus has done for people's old streams. There's a music business worldwide report that said that last year in 2020 was the first year that old music was consumed more than new music. Because people are discovering this old shit. They're getting stuck in these 90s rabbit holes of the shit that sounds amazing. It's the exact same thing with these brands. The Ninja Turtles will always mean something to me. And if I can ever get to the point where I can buy them, you damn sure better believe I am. Build a brand, man. You make so much money off of that shit. It's insane. Dorian Group 82 is a brand. Group 82 Music is a service company. Group 82 Media is the umbrella that everything's under. Group 82 University is an education company. Dorian Group 82 is his own personal brand. And I'm trying to make this shit as big as I possibly can. And thanks to YouTube, thanks to Instagram, thanks to all the social media platforms that are out here, I can do that. And you can do the exact same thing. If you are serious about this forever money, you serious about being an entrepreneur, you need to be making content. You don't know how to make content? That's why you need to take my class, how to market your music on social media. If you're on Instagram, go ahead and click that link up top. We got a free mini course that teaches you how to find your target audience. Go do that right now. If you're serious, you on YouTube, take that same mini course. There's no reason for you not to be making money off of your natural God-given ability. You look what Shaq did. That man was born to be 7'1", 300 pounds, run like a deer, and be the most dominant center ever. And now, there's no question, this man's gonna be a billionaire. Use your skills to do the exact same thing. I'm out the pond. Y'all stay true.
Scroll, 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 scroll.
Group82university.com.